Hello and welcome to Quarantine Chat with me, Ray Lytle. I should get some kind of graphics, right? Like a little
Yes.
arrow with me, Ray Lytle. And I'm joined by Piglet, or should I say, Mr. Pickett. How are you, sir?
Oh, yes, I am well. I am well. As you can see, I am just lounging about in my bed right now.
Yeah. Do you have COVID or something? Is that what's going on? You look like you're sick. Are you sick, or are you
No,
just chilling out?
no, I'm just relaxing. I'm hanging out with my cats. They're just
Wow.
chilling. I
A
mean, this
picture
is
of
my
masculinity.
yes.
A man laying in bed with his cats.
So I work in HVAC, which is great until this happens and nobody wants you in their home.
So you do your heating, air conditioning, all that stuff?
Yes,
Is
yeah.
that what you do?
Yeah, it's pretty fun actually. I really enjoy it. It's never something I saw myself doing, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Do you get into vents and the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Good for you, man. So now nobody's calling for any of that work to get done. See, you would think that people would want their heating and air conditioning to be precise. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? At this time of, in this situation, you'd think you'd want a comfortable home, but I guess nobody wants uh, some HVAC guy in their home.
Right. Well, it's with the way that COVID-19 is transmitted, like with everything you touch, people are just like so leery of anything coming into their home. We've had like one call for like somebody who had no heat, but it's also in the situation where it's like we've got the kids here at home, and my wife is actually a nurse, so she doesn't get to not work. She is,
So yeah, she has to go. Yeah, they're
yeah. So
they're
she's,
definitely, when you talk about essential, nurses are as essential as they get.
oh my
So
gosh.
you say no one's using your services, so you're home, uh,
Right.
and you look bored to death. I mean, you're just laying there and
Oh my gosh. I have cleaned my room about a dozen times in the last week. Not because it needed it, but just because it's like, all right, what am I gonna do right
you
now?
need something to do. Well, let
Yeah,
me
it's
also
so
welcome. I
bad.
also want to welcome Joel. He's from Texas. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, Ray?
I'm good. Now, uh, Pickett said he is in HVAC. Joel is in you guys do what? Security, right?
Right. Yeah, we have a, life safety integration company.
Which is private homes, businesses, whatever.
Yeah, we're not as much in the private homes as we are on the commercial side. Schools, hospitals, government facilities.
Oh, really? See, I think the last time I was down there, you were doing homes and stuff. That's good for you. I didn't know you expanded.
We did. We bought another company out of the valley and kind of integrated into that company and kind of just stuck with the commercial side, the bigger jobs. Instead of having to go after that, $35-$25 a month recurring revenue, we're doing the bigger jobs under construction.
Well, and now you're talking video surveillance and stuff like that. Do you set that stuff up too?
We do everything from video access control, security, fire, and gunshot detection for the schools is a real big thing going on right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, you would think that with the way times are, they have to protect themselves and to keep lunatics from entering schools.
They do. We partnered. I think everybody heard of Santa Fe, the Santa Fe ISD school that got shot up just outside Houston a couple of years ago. They're one of our top clients now, and Texas City ISD, which is right next to them. And we hooked up with the guy that they hired there, Mike Matrangza, who is a ex-Secret Service Delta Force guy who runs their security for them now. And he just said, hey, I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect the kids. So we've added 35,000 doors of access control just to that district alone.
That's crazy, man. I mean, that really is crazy. Are you still, speaking of schools, are you still refereeing, or did you finally retire from that?
I tell my wife every year, this is the last year, but I'm still doing it.
Well, so are you, and you're just doing football?
I am. Start my 28th year this year.
Are you afraid the season will be affected?
Funny you say that. I'm on the state board, Texas Association of Sports Officials, and we just had a meeting with the UIL, which is the University Interscholastic League that runs all academic and sports in the state of Texas. along with TAPS, which is the Texas Association of Parochial Schools. And that was a big discussion of what's going to happen. We're pretty much in a holding pattern through May. It's already affected us because we would already start doing clinics statewide, different things like that. The NCAA should have had their rules committee meeting this coming up week. It's been canceled. So there is some talk out there that just talk, but worst case scenario that the 2020 football season, whether it be high school in Texas or NCAA across the nation, could be canceled.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, Pickett, you have young kids, right?
Yes. Yep.
And like they're like grade school type kids, right?
Yeah, we've got grade school, high school.
Oh, you have a high school, okay.
Yeah.
Because
So
Joel, your kids, I know one's older, but the other ones are. You do you have some young ones still?
Yeah, I started over. You know, like Larry King.
Yeah.
I've got a 26-year-old. I've got one that's 16. I got one that's 14. I got one that's 12. So.
All right. So 12 is your youngest.
Yeah.
I've got one at 8. Thank God. I mean, I love my daughter. She's my favorite person in the world, but she's 18, and we're past the point of having any more. And I have no intention of divorcing. You know, some guys treat their wives like a set of tires. And they're like, oh, got to get the new tires and get a younger wife. Not me. I'm with this one for life. And I think we're probably past the age of having any more kids. So I don't have to worry anymore.
I've got 4 daughters, so I'm past the age of retiring.
Well, your business seems to be doing good because, Joel, I mean, during all this COVID quarantine stuff, people still need security. I mean, you need to make sure that your business is secure. So I would say your business would still be working in all this, right? You guys would be deemed essential, I'd imagine.
It is. We are essential, deemed essential from a couple of standpoints. Number one, we do a lot of DoD work,
Okay.
but we also do new construction, the schools, and so on and so forth. So as of right now, that could always change. The governor could come out and say, okay, that's it. We're shutting everything down. It has already. I mean, we're in a long-term planning out for 90 days right now. I foresee a slowdown. I've got probably just in the Houston area, there's been 60 construction projects that are on hold right now.
So they're just, and the construction companies, they're just stopping until they figure out what's happening.
Unless it's already under progress, yes. Now, but in the planning stages and before it's gone out for bid with GCs and everything, that's come to a stop. Just uncertainty because at that point in time, the money hadn't been allotted. So before they allot that money, they're holding on to it to see, is this going to be a 90-day scenario, or is this going to play out to be another 6 months that the economy is just going to come to a slowdown? So
I can't believe we're even having these discussions. I mean, this was so unexpected. This stuff was happening. Pickett, let me, with your business, people just aren't calling, right? Is that what's going on with you?
Yeah, for the most part, we're not having anybody calling us. We've had a few calls, but just scheduling with me and my wife. It's just I've missed a few chances, but we're nowhere near. We went from literally having something going on every single day of the week to all of a sudden just nothing.
And it's crazy because like where's the paycheck coming? I mean, when there's no jobs, where is the paycheck?
No, it's just not there.
And Joel, I imagine I don't know how your company's running, but I imagine you guys have contracts where you have monthly income coming in from people.
We do. We have the monthly monitoring services in one of our companies, heavier on one side than the other.
Were you able to keep your employees on during this, or do you have to lay anybody off, or what's been the economic impact?
We did have to lay some off. What we did is we tried to come up with a program that would keep us rolling for the next 90 days. Anybody here, any of myself, top executives, we basically said we're not going to take pay. We've had some other higher salary personnel, mid-level management that have taken a pay cut. And then we've had to lay some people, not essential people off. Hopefully that won't last a long time. We can bring them back on board. But with the FMLA plan that came out, it basically forces employers to give their employees, 10 weeks of full-time or 2/3 pay. And when there's no income coming in, you got to find a way to offset that. So I think the government will step in. Apparently, some of the small business loans that are out there are going to turn to grants. But it's just, the initial shock and all of it all has got everybody on tiptoes.
Well, I know that you're pretty high up in your company, and you mentioned that you just stopped taking pay and you're using it to cover other stuff. But some of these grants are coming in, and or some of the stimulus stuff will be rolling in, and there'll be some sort of, I know they're giving businesses loans and then they'll forgive the loans and things like that. But will you ever get the money back that you're not taking now? Is there a way for you to, could they pay you back the stuff you didn't take? Are you clear on that yet, or do they know?
Well, it kind of up to me. I hope to get it back at some point in time.
But I mean, they're putting rules. They're putting rules right on the companies of like what you can. Especially yours is you're an expanding company. It seems every year you're getting bigger. But I'm saying they're putting rules on what you have to do in order to get the money. I didn't know how that would affect you.
Absolutely. No, we the size company we are is we're coming up on the short end of this deal so far. Now there's 2 more stimulus packages going to come out. I understand either 3 or 4 is going to have a fix for some of that. But, the size of company we have right now, we don't fall under we don't fall above the 500 employee. We're not below the 50 employee. So
yeah, you're right there in the businesses that get screwed.
Absolutely.
The really, really big ones are taken care of. And at least this time they took care of some of the small ones, but you're right there in the middle. And, you guys are the ones that potentially could end up getting screwed in all this.
Yeah, but fortunately, we have work on the books. We're continuing to work. That's all. Either bonded or funded money. So as long as we're doing the work, we can send in the pay apps and get money in for those. We're very fortunate to that compared to a smaller retail stop that there's a lot of retail stores down there in South Texas. Doors are closed. Employees are home, and there is no income coming in.
Yeah, what are people going to do? I know that my brother-in-law lives down there, and he lost his job, and of course he's in the service industry. I think he was working in a restaurant. John or Pickett, with you guys, have you looked into government stuff yet to see how it can help you? If any of these, if the stimulus package can help you at all? Have you checked that yet?
Yeah, I know that we qualify for like the standard stimulus stuff, and I think that'd be enough to kind of cover us. I know my daughter, she worked at a restaurant, and that restaurant actually ended up closing completely because of all this.
Yeah, that's who's getting hurt. Unfortunately, the United States has become this stimulus-based economy, and a lot of those restaurants are hurting. And it sucks though, in all seriousness. And this is nothing against the taste of their food or their service or anything, but these big franchise stores, these big corporations, they're set to recover just fine. Look at McDonald's. Do you really think McDonald's is losing a ton of money? I mean, they were a drive-through based restaurant anyway. It's those locally owned restaurants. Joe, what was that when I lived in Texas, you and I would go to that place. It was a bar and restaurant, and they served some kind of cheeseburger that had Fritos and beans on it and all kinds of stuff. I don't remember the name of that place, but I can't imagine a place like that.
Executive Surf Club.
Yeah, I can't imagine a place like that is doing well.
No, most of them all gone to the curbside services, offering other things. Some of them are even selling groceries.
Wow.
Just to kind of entice you to come in, pick up your groceries and stuff to take home to meet. But you're right. One of the neatest things I saw the other day on the local news, I don't get to watch the local news a lot, but I noticed on one of our local channels that since the sports guys don't have anything to do right now, they were doing a segment each evening on home, locally owned restaurants, and kind of promoting them and what they're offering during this time, which is, you've got to feel for those people. In fact, one of them today just popped on my deal was a restaurant called Poets. In fact, I think you used to.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah.
So.
And you hope that people would go there for it, and they're doing it here too. You hope they would go there for curbside, but not everybody thinks of it. And I think a lot of people, you just get depressed and you're like, I just want to stay home. I don't want to even go get anything. But grocery stores are doing, the secret, by the way, they need to start selling toilet paper. Joel, did you have the hoarding of toilet paper down in South Texas like we did here in Illinois?
Oh, right. You have no idea. So we didn't get toilet paper into our stores till this week.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's been real shitty. Literally. But I don't know if you saw on the news, there was an 18-wheeler in Dallas heading south today to San Antonio that crashed and caught on fire, and it was full of toilet paper.
So Corpus Christi, where you live, you guys don't have any toilet paper, and the trucks coming down there are crashing and catching on fire.
They've got, you can Google it. There's pictures of the highway with burning toilet paper all over the highway.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. I mean, I hate to laugh at that, but
yeah,
it is. My brother Rick is a truck driver, and he was driving locally. And when all this happened, he went out over the road to deliver, goods. And he was driving. He's been driving out west. He lives in Springfield, Illinois, but he was driving in California and Nevada and stuff like that. And he was just talking about how you'll come to towns and they know you're going to drop off at a grocery store or something, and people will be like applauding and honking at him and stuff because they don't know what he has.
Sure.
And he's like, they'd be so angry if they found out I wasn't carrying toilet paper. And I can't remember what he was delivering, but it was, it's all needed stuff. And
it is. It just got back to normal in the last day or two. It seemed like we were about 2 weeks behind Houston. Houston had this happen. My daughter lives in Houston, downtown Houston, and she called me, last month saying, "Oh my gosh, the stores are out of food and they're out of toilet paper." I was like, "What is going on in Houston? That nothing like that's happening." And 2 weeks later, it hit here. So how South Texas is. We're way behind everybody.
In these quarantine chats, I always bring this up, but we're going to the bathroom the same amount of times. It's not like we've increased our bathroom usage. It's just there are some people that for some reason felt the need to hoard toilet paper, and it sort of threw everything else off.
Toilet paper and water for some reason.
And what was toilet paper and what?
Water.
Water. Oh, really? Bottles of water?
Oh, it was like a hurricane down here. The water disappeared. It's just like going, we're not going to run out of water. I mean.
Yeah. And by the way, you could still use a faucet at home.
Yeah.
Although if I remember my time living in Corpus Christi, the water did not taste that good coming out of the tap. I don't remember the tap.
The water still does not taste very good.
I didn't see Springfield, our water. Pickett, wouldn't you say our water in Springfield tastes good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, and I'm in Lincoln, and the water here is not too terrible either. But still, the Springfield water is pretty good.
I've got good old Springfield water.
I get our water report. They do an annual water report, and there's a line on there that says it has acceptable amounts of arsenic. What's an acceptable amount of arsenic? And did they check with a rat?
It's the accept, and then you go, "Oh my God, there's arsenic." You go, "Well, it's the acceptable amount."
It's acceptable, yeah.
And then they say, "As long as you have toilet paper, you'll be okay." And you go, "What?" It's great. So, listen, I thank both of you guys for going on and just talking about stuff. So, Joel, you're living out on the ranch, right? I mean, you guys, you're outside the city limits, right?
We are. Yeah.
But you guys are holding up. You're holding up well.
Well, online school started this week.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I bailed out on Monday and went back to the office for a few hours.
Are you the only one in the office now, or?
No, I am. I was the only. I'm actually at home right now at my home office, but I went today for the first time since Monday. So but I'm the only one working out of the office. We've only got one person typically in each office. One in San Antonio, Harlingen, the one in Houston, and one here accepting packages. But other than that, everybody else is working from home.
And Pickett, you are you're just waiting, right, for people to get back to.
Once people start calling us again, weather's changing, so people will start turning stuff on, and things won't work, and then they'll need us.
Yeah, eventually. But like you said, the $1,200 is gonna. You think that'll help you get you through it? I
do. I mean, like I said, my wife is still working. She makes way more money than I do. So
you get a lot of overtime, I imagine, when it's all said and done. A lot of nurses, unfortunately, working hard.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. This has been Quarantine Chat today. Mr. Joel Hilliard from South Texas. Thank you so much, and Mr. John Pickett from Lincoln, who was laying in his bed with cats, which I still am kind of questioning. I thank you guys for joining me today for Quarantine Chat. This has been Ray Lytle. So long.
So, yep.